Hi everybody, Marilyn here. Welcome to Cotton and Chocolate Saturday Sampler. It's April. So glad to see all of you. We're excited about the month and ready to get going for an exciting month of sewing with our fourth block. Can you believe it? So we're lucky to have lots of friends and family around us to get us through the month. And, it's really fun for us because one of our Saturday Sampler members, Robin, is one of our neighbors. I know, go figure. And she dropped off some yummy brownies for us this week. So we got to have some brownies. And we were also really excited because she's sharing her very, very good chocolate pecan oatmeal cookie recipe. So they are really, really good. And I don't know about you, but it's been kind of a rough month. Yeah, it is, a little bit of a rough week. We had a rough start yesterday. Some of you heard, Jerry decided to, jump over the front of his bike yesterday. It was exciting. And so we couldn't really film yesterday, but he's up and running again, filming today. But when the going gets rough, the rough have a drink of wine. So I'm gonna I just got to do it. I started off the year with Diet Coke, but guys, I got to do it. I just got to open. I'm just going to open some wine while we're talking. Now, I don't recommend you. Now, how do I do that? Jerry always opens wine. I was going to do it backwards. See, I'm not even really an expert. I'm better at sewing.
Stand up. Stand up.
I should stand up? Well, he's telling me to stand up and do this. Okay, I'm going to. Am I doing it right, Jerry? Oh, he's shaking.
Crank it all the way over.
All the way over. Okay.
Grab onto it really tight.
Grab onto it really tight. Am I doing it right? No.
Here, hold the camera.
Oh, I'm going to hold the camera, and then the gimpy guy is going to open the wine. Okay, he's going to show me.
You can look at it from that side.
Oh, I can look at it from this side. Okay, there we go. See, he's even injured. Oh, there he goes. Oh, all right. See, okay, there we go. Now he's going to take the wine out. See, it's a two-man job here. Two-person job, not man job. Two-person job. Okay. So I'm going to pour myself a glass of wine to get going. But you shouldn't do this when you're sewing. Okay, do what I say, not what I do. Anyways, I'm going to pour myself just a little glass of wine just to get going. Just a little glass. But you shouldn't cut fabric when you're drinking the wine. Just a little glass of wine to get just a tiny, just a little, just a little glass of wine. I know, it's so good. Just a nice little glass of wine. How's that, Jerry? Do you want a little?
Is it gone?
It's not gone yet. So cheers. So good. Delicious. Okay, so I got my glass of wine. So if you want to pour yourself a little glass of wine. I don't have any more to share with you. Oh, there's Darcy going to have some. I'm going to have a taste of my delicious cookie. So good. Chocolate. Oats, they're healthy. Nuts, protein, it's all together. Okay, and let's talk about our fabric. So, these are blocks 4 and 5, tulip block. I might need some more wine. And center chain. You got 2 this month, but you all are sitting around watching TV.
Eating bonbons.
And eating bonbons. And now you're going to be sewing. Okay? So, block 4... Let's talk about the cutting. There's a bunch of fabric, and guess what? You have to make 4 of them. A lot of sewing. They're in the back here. Well, you probably can't see them. I don't know. It's not hanging that straight, but you can see it here in the fabric, or in the picture. These are the tulip blocks around the 4 corners. Okay? 4 12-inch blocks. So here's the fabric. Fabric 1, let's talk about the cutting. You're going to cut 16 3 1/4 inch squares and 16 2.5 inch squares. So to do that with that piece of fabric, you need to cut 3 strips to get the 16 3 1/4 inch squares, and then you'll cut the rest down, and you need 2 strips to cut the 2.5 inch squares, and I have them marked. Okay? Fabric 5, you need 8 3 1/4 inch squares. You need 1 strip, I believe. And then 16 2.5 inch squares. So after you get your 8 out of the 3 1/4 inch strip, you'll cut the rest down to cut the balance out of that strip to cut your 2 1/2 inch squares, and then you'll have another strip to cut your the other 2 1/2 inch squares. Okay, Jerry, you're good with that?
Well, it says half square triangles. Are you cutting squares or half square triangles? 8 of them.
You're going to make half square triangles out of it.
So you cut 8 squares and then you do the half square. So then you only need 4 squares.
You're cutting. Okay, do what I say. Okay, just follow directions. Jerry's not making it, so don't listen to him. Okay, fabric 7. Now, I'm going to tell you, I had a little trouble with this because I could not get 16. Well, I'll get to that. You're going to cut 16 3 1/4 inch squares to make your half square triangles. Okay, you need 2 strips. And then you're going to take, after you get those down out of your second strip, you'll cut 2 1/2 by 4 1/2 inch rectangles. But I'm going to tell you, and I checked it with another piece, I couldn't get 16 of the 2 1/2 by 4 1/2 out of the fabric. And I checked it again, I could only get 14. I have some extra fabric left, so out of the last 2, there's the fold out of the last one. So to get my 16, I have another fold, but it's not quite 4 1/2 inches. So I'm going to have to piece it to get it big enough. And I took another of the packs to measure it, and I can't figure out how to do it any other way to get 16. So maybe you can. I couldn't. So I'm going to have to piece it to get my 16, and then when I piece it, I'll just open the seam open so you can't really see the seam to make it work. So you may have some of this fabric left from another block earlier, but if not, we'll have to add that to our next block when we send it out. As you know, we've taken the shop apart, so Anne does have this fabric at home, so we can send it to you, or you can hang on and we can do it with next month. Okay? So now, block 8. So sorry about that, but we're doing it to what they say. And I don't remember having trouble with that when I made the sample, but it certainly was problematic this time. Okay, 8. Fabric 8, you need 8 3 1/4 inch squares to make half square triangles. Fabric 9, you need to cut 16 2 1/2 inch squares. And then fabric 12 and 13, it's the same cut. You need 16 3 1/4 inch squares to make half square triangles. Okay, you get the deal. You're going to make a lot of half square triangles. Okay, so before you go, I want you to pick up page 5, because this is to make your center chaining block. This is to finish off your center square. I know, that's exciting. Okay, so you need fabric 1. You're going to do it with the fabric, meaning salvage to make a strip. You're going to cut fabric 1 2 1/2 inch strip with the fabric. Fabric 5, 2 2 1/2 inch strips with the fabric. And fabric 10, 2 2 1/2 inch strips. Just like when we were doing our little chains, our little blocks last time or the time before. Okay, so we'll talk about piecing all of those next time. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. See you then. Delicious.